Okay, we have like the world's largest wasp here. It's like the size of a small bird. It like belongs in a museum.
Careful, Dada.
This morning, instead of working out, we're having a meeting with the workout group to kind of do an evaluation on the last month and figure out what we're going to be doing for the month of August. And we're deciding about adopting a new member. So I'm making breakfast for everyone. I got toast, coffee, bacon.
Oh, shoot, you record that, did you?
I just turned it on.
But
I'm gonna do that in slow mo.
finally they were like, "Oh, we gave you this free upgrade, and your modem is now not compatible." And so they're like, "You have to go out and buy a new modem."
The breakfast went really well. With this intensity of working out, where we're doing like 3 days a week, we found it's beneficial to have meetings. We do it probably about every 3 months where we talk about expectations and kind of evaluate things. And we end up talking about some relational expectations and things as well.
Mostly closed.
We just got news that Uncle Will is moving out.
It's going to be a long move. It's going to be a rough transition. It's about 300, maybe 150 feet that direction.
He is moving over to my parents' house. Exposure. Come on. Come on. There we go. Right there.
Things are changing.
Got Uncle Will's suitcase? You helping him move? We got a special Mr. Rogers calendar for you today. Transitions are almost always signs of growth, but they can bring feelings of loss. To get somewhere new, we may have to leave somewhere else behind.
It's a good one.
Halmoni told me to film a Luffa. I said that she should talk, but she said no, 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 no.
I'm gonna take the kids out for lunch because we don't do this every Friday after Shabbat cleanup, but this is the second time I've done it, and I realize it's kind of really a nice end to a challenging morning of getting all the jobs done, and it doesn't mess up the kitchen. So we don't have our van right now, so we're just walking to our nearest restaurant. We are back from lunch. It was a rough start. First half an hour was some of my kids were arguing with each other back and forth and getting really frustrated at one another. So we spent the whole time waiting for our food trying to sort that out, which looked like me facilitating the kid talking to the other kid that was making that kid frustrated and sharing their feelings, but in a way that wasn't mean. And then the other kid had the chance to respond, to say, I'm sorry. Internally for me, I was getting stressed out by all of that, especially being in a public place. But it was cool to see that in the past I would have just like yelled or did something, you know, to my kids, but I was able to just really think, okay, what's the best thing to do right now? I took a picture of us and sent it to Ben and said, really want to strangle my kids right now, but I didn't. Thank you.
Yesterday, Cammie and I were driving home from our experience where we were just reading all those comments that you guys wrote for our 200th episode about the ways this vlog has impacted you. And we were just totally blown away.
Yeah.
We were just sitting there being like, oh my gosh, this is like...
I almost felt guilty about how good I was feeling. I was like, we're doing something that matters.
It was actually...
making a change in the world.
It was actually working. Like, we knew that it might do that, but it's one thing when you know it might do something and then you hear about someone who's saying that they're actually doing things like running with their kids, like talking with their teenagers.
Like not scared to be pregnant anymore.
Having babies.
Having more children.
It's like, whoa, that's like stuff we really believe in. And it's so exciting to hear about.
Yeah.
We are so thankful for you letting us know those stories, because staring at this is not the same as hearing stories with names on them. So we have a few requests because this was so helpful for us, and we want to be really direct about what we want. The main ways that people on YouTube push is to subscribe and to like. They say subscribe and like, subscribe and like. I don't really care if you subscribe. If you want to watch our videos, I hope you watch our videos. If subscribing helps you, you should do that. If not, don't. If you like them, I don't really care about that either. Liking it helps other people on YouTube find them, I think, and then it shows other people that it's more valid or popular. That's friendly and nice, but is not going to make a huge difference in our life. However, there are two things you can do that would really help us out.
The first is, if it's changing or helping you, let us know that specific way that it's doing that.
Yes, there's a whole realm of comments that's like, great job, good work. And that is encouraging, but honestly, that's not going to change us right now. We're committed to making these episodes. But what the specific feedback does is it tells us specifically like, oh, this type of video is more helpful, or this type of thing even is not helpful. That's okay too.
Because for example, when I watch myself monologue on these videos, I have a lot of inner negativity going on of like, oh man, Cammie, here you go again. Like the critic voices. But when I hear, like I have heard by dozens of people now saying, hey, I really enjoy and have gotten a lot out of hearing you talk, Cammie, just truthfully, and what is going on with you in your life and what you believe. That actually was really encouraging to me.
With comments also, what makes it really cool is if you sign your name. Because some of you guys have like screen names that's like Destroyer12879 or KS572584 or
Happy Rainbow or something like that.
So if you say like my name's Ben, so you'll notice when I leave comments I write Ben. And that's me you're talking to, and this is Cammie. And you guys have names too, and it helps us because YouTube's weird. The final thing, this is a huge ask, is if these videos are changing you, instead of just clicking like or subscribe, what we would ask is that you would actually have the courage to share them with someone in your life that you think they might help. If that's you, we want you to do that. And that's for us, that helps us. But I think it's also good for you to do. I know that's weird, being like, oh, I watch a vlog, it's an internet show, or I stalk this family, or it can have a negative connotation. We don't see it that way, but in the comments, it's obvious that some of you have had your lives changed by this. And we hope that you do your part by sharing that story with other people. That's it. That's all we're asking for now. Are you gonna let it go?
Yeah. Oh, look at the feathers on top of its head are like moving up and down.
It's getting breath. I'm bigger than I
Foul. False alarm.
I think Leo was just chasing me.
Yeah, because
There it goes. 4 or 5 families are going to show up here in about 30 minutes, and we're going to start our end of the week Shabbat party. This is the last one we're doing before we're driving across the country. This week there was a bunch of stuff I wanted to get done but didn't. I just placed an order for hiking boots and crampons for the kids, which you're supposed to do about a year ahead of time because you're supposed to break the boots in. I'm doing it about 7 days ahead of time.
we're at the end of our week, Friday night, where we every week take time to rest. And what that means to us is having a nice meal, and we remind ourselves again where our rest really comes from, that it doesn't come from the things that we do or we don't do. It comes from something outside of ourselves.
Finding your identity and feeling good about good projects, or even like you guys wrote a lot of nice comments to us this week, and those are really nice, but it's important for us to realize that's not why we do this. It's really cool, but we do it for a different reason. And the comments were great because it shows us it worked, but it's not our motivation, because at the end of the day, we're going to have days when the comments aren't there, or when we get negative comments, and those days will be crushing if we don't find our source of identity outside of you guys or ourselves or any sense of work that we do.
Yeah, we believe that we were actually made to find our rest outside of ourselves in something bigger.
We're going to start resting. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll see you guys next week.
Yes.